The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Just a couple of weeks into the new year, and hundreds of families from Assumption Parish are still not in their homes after being told to leave because of a gigantic sinkhole that formed late last year. This week, I traveled to the impacted community to find out how things are going nearly 6 months later.
I have no high regards for them.
The them Nick Romero is referring to is Texas Brine, the company that owns the salt cavern that gave way and caused this massive sinkhole in the Assumption Parish community of Bayou Corn. More than 300 residents were evacuated from their homes in August of 2012 because of the sinkhole, and officials have no idea when they'll be able to return.
I've got a neighbor of mine lives right around the corner from me. She and her husband have 2 young boys. And last time I talked to her, they have moved 4 times.
There's many residents that have expressed that they don't know what to do. They're in limbo. They are evacuated and don't know how to move on.
John Boudreau is with the Assumption Parish Office of Emergency Preparedness. He has been on site monitoring the sinkhole since it was first discovered.
The responsible party is Texas Brine. It is their responsibility to mitigate the incident that occurred here.
The bubbling that you see here in Bayou Corn is what initially tipped the community off that something unusual was going on. After ruling out a problem with the natural gas pipelines, attention then turned to the nearby salt dome.
It took some time after the August 3rd date for Texas Brine to actually drill into the cavern to indeed find out that that cavern had failed and it had debris inside the cavern, and confirm the fact that the sinkhole did occur because of that cavern failure.
The dome, which is 3 miles long and 1 mile wide, is solid rock, and inside it are 50-plus caverns.
When you hear dome, there's a lot of people suspect that it's a hollow concave dome like Superdome. They think it's hollow. The salt dome is not hollow. It's the actual salt rock, and it's solid. So within that salt rock, they drill into it and they pump fresh water into it and solution mine it to make a cavern within the salt dome itself.
When one of the caverns collapsed, oil and natural gas started escaping. The bubbling has multiplied significantly since the sinkhole was first discovered. Not only is it happening here in Bayou Corn, but also in Grand Bayou and Trish Canal, all within 3/4 of a mile of the sinkhole. John says the gas currently leaking from the sinkhole is building up in the water aquifer. It's called free gas, and he says it's crucial that it be vented out.
The hazards is not knowing where that natural gas can actually come to surface. This is formation gas. It's not the natural gas you have in your home. This has no smell to it, so you cannot smell it. It is a hydrocarbon. It's an explosive hazard. It also displaces oxygen in a confined space. So the hazard is that natural gas coming to surface underneath a home that you would not know it's present.
Air monitors have been placed throughout the community, and so far no explosive levels of gas have been detected. Geoprobes that go 20 to 40 feet into the ground have also been installed.
Those are put in to give you early warning signs of gas migrating to surface.
Texas Brine has been asked to accomplish 3 main goals: vent the free gas from the water aquifer, determine the makeup of the sinkhole and whether any future problems could occur, and stabilize the salt dome.
Texas Brine is getting started on some of this evaluation, but understand we've been in this event for 6.5 months now, and the frustration with the community is, why is it taking so long to get some of these items done?
Is it ever going to be safe?
And to be determined until the scientists can actually evaluate it and provide us with that data to determine the risk is still unknown.
In fact, John says it will take a very long time before they'll ever know the true risks associated with the sinkhole.
Some of the science and the evaluation of that science takes months to do, and just knowing that just to get started to collect some of that science is going to be 6 to 8 months down the road just to start collecting it, not analyzing it. So this is going to go on for a long time.
We could have that whole sinkhole just, become this, no telling how big. And then the other thing is you don't know is that whenever it starts moving, how many more of these natural gas and oil reserves are going to be exposed. There's a lot of stuff, and it's not like you can go out there and start backing up a bunch of dump trucks and start dumping soil in it, and you're going to fill up the hole.
Texas Brine and the Shaw Group have already put in several vent wells, and the Department of Natural Resources has ordered that air monitors be placed inside the affected homes as well. That will happen later this month. In the meantime, Nick Romero is still here. Although, like the other residents, he was encouraged to leave, he wasn't forced to leave, and Nick decided to stay. After years of commuting, it was his dream to retire to Bayou Corn.
So to leave my dream, I wasn't ready to yet, and I'm still not ready.
Now, while there have been other sinkholes in the country, John Boudreau, who you saw there in the piece, says that what makes this situation unique is that the breach happened on the outer edge instead of at the top of the cavern, and to their knowledge, this hasn't happened before. Meanwhile, Texas Brine will be working this weekend to install more vent wells to help redirect the flow of the free gas. At least 7 other wells are scheduled to be put in at a later date.
And residents have started an online petition asking the federal government to declare the sinkhole a federal emergency and send a team of experts to help with relief efforts. They need 25,000 signatures by February 4th. So far, they have more than 1,200. For more information, you can visit the website petitions.whitehouse.gov and search for Bayou Corn.
If there's a blue pill and a red pill, and the blue pill is half the price of the red pill and works just as well, why not pay half price?